Alright, this machine is called the manual knee mill. It has a lot of the same basic functionality of the CNC knee mill, with the exception that you can't put computer programs onto this. You're going to be using this mainly for your parts that don't need to be CNC. You just need to accurately mill them or drill them, or you can use this to tap too. And it's kind of nice if you use this machine when you don't need to use one of the CNC machines to leave those open for other people to use them. So a lot of the controls are actually exactly the same as the CNC one. You've got your x-axis movement right here, your y-axis movement right here, and your z-axis right here. And then you gotta unlock this. This is the z-axis lock-in. I don't know who designed this, but the weight of this sometimes falls and actually locks it in place. So you need to sometimes hold that up. So if we take a closer look at the controls here, this is the x-axis adjustment, and the y-axis is almost an exact copy of this. You can adjust this by hand, but then it also has motors down here if you care to really ever use them. The speed adjustment for them is right here. And then there's a button up here that's full speed. And the way you engage it, if you want to go this way, just pull this way. And you see I have it all the way in the lowest. If you crank that up, so it goes faster. Or if you press this button, it goes to full speed. And you're just going to want to be careful you don't clock yourself with those. And of course, the other direction, just like that. And then the y-axis has those exact same things. And you can see those controls right here. Again, that moves the y. Got that. And that. The speed adjustment. No, I'm sorry. The speed adjustment right there. And then the full speed button right there. And while we're here, this is how you adjust the height of the table. Just crank it in either direction. Now, in terms of the table locks for this machine, the x-axis one is right here. Just turn it that way. That'll lock the table left from going that way. And then the y-axis one is down here. And you're just going to want to turn it, in clockwise to lock it. And then that'll prevent the Y from moving. Real basic, almost exactly the same as the CNC mill. Now, in terms of the power and brake, we've got the forward and reverse here, and this works exactly the same as the CNC knee mill, where the forward is for high speed and the reverse is for the low speed to keep it rotating in the correct direction. We've got the brake up here. You just pull this toward you, that activates the brake. And to put a tool into this machine, it's exactly the same procedure as with the other knee mill. We've got this up here, put your tool in the bottom, tighten down on that, take your wrench, which is sitting right here, hold on to the brake, give it a few good turns, usually like 3, and you'll notice the brake on this machine actually works a little bit better because you can get some more leverage on it, so you can actually tighten down on that a little bit better. Now in terms of changing gears, you've got some instructions on here in case you forget. It's relatively simple. So essentially, to turn to low speed, it's in high speed right now. Move A to side position, says right there. This is lever A. So you move this over. And then over here on this side, we've got this lever marked in and out. Move that to in, and now you are in low speed. To change back, you can move this lever to the front position up here. Move this into the out position, and sometimes you need to kind of rotate the spindle by hand in order for it to snap into place. Yeah, you just heard that snap into place. And now you're back in high speed. Now to change the actual spindle speed, that's a little bit different. This one requires a little bit more work. So you can see this pulley here, we've got 4 different spots for this belt. So what you want to do is you want to grab this lever here, pull it back, and what that does is it loosens the motor unit. You can pull that forward, which gives some slack on the belt here. And then what you want to do, it's usually easiest to jump to the smaller one, whichever side you're looking to go first. Kind of spin it and go in the opposite direction and jump onto that larger one. And then give it a few spins by hand, make sure everything is in the correct. There we go. And then you just push this back, get a little bit of pressure, and lock it back in place. Now, to increase the speed, obviously you want this to rotate more than the motor unit. So you put the belt all the way on the bottom of both of them. Obviously, you don't want to go in between. You always want the belt to be on the same number wheel. So for the highest speed, put it on the bottom here. So this rotates, one time, and this rotates however many times. I don't know. There's a chart right here on the front for what spots or what RPMs. You can just adjust accordingly. All right, so the computer on this is real simple. It just gives the position of your bit on the table. And so you get it wherever you want it on your part, wherever you want the zeros on your part. And all you gotta do is hit the zeros, and that's your new zero. And of course you can do that as many times as you want. Say you want that to be a new zero. There you go. There is no Z indicator. You're gonna have to measure that by hand. There is a little scale on the front here to indicate, but that's just a little ruler there. You're going to have to use a pair of calipers or whatever to get exactly the depth that you may need. And that's really it for the basic functionality of this non-CNC knee mill.